In 2013, in the small city of Lynchburg, Virginia, a group of college students decided to throw a backyard concert for some of their friends. In 2 short years, this event grew from 200 college students to 3,000 attendees of all ages. Realized from the shared vision between co-founders Jonathan Smalt and John Gregoire, and by the dedication and support of music and arts fans alike, this festival has become what it is today. But without their continued support, it may just remain that backyard dream. This is the story of the Lynchstock Music and Arts Festival.
Lynchstock 2013 was in the backyard of someone's house, and there was a bonfire, and I think everybody was standing up on wooden pallets, and the sound system was jank, in my opinion. But it was amazing. It was like so fun, and everybody was just there supporting their friends. I think it was really informal.
Oh, a hammer couldn't bring you down. A train could knock you over.
The very first year, there was not a lot of people there. I remember Glass Oaks playing at the end of the night and everyone dancing, and by that point it was probably only like 60, 70 people, and it was dark, and it was in some random person's backyard. I just remember being like, this is like the kind of city that I want to live in. I just remember that being like one of my favorite nights in Lynchburg.
Lynchstock started in 2013 with a group of musicians who didn't have a venue space to put concerts together, and so we made it. We found a field, and we built a stage out of wooden pallets, and we got a generator and brought 4 local bands, and just had a great day of fun.
It wasn't even really about a show. It was about us, you know? Lynchstock is us. And whether the bands were good or not, we were like super fans, you know what I mean? Because it was us, and we were a family, and we are Lynchburg, and we are supporting each other.
That's a new little ditty we wrote. It's called Slow Jam. So far, we don't have a name for it.
We didn't plan on Lynchstock happening again, but the next year we had this Creative Connect meeting at a local coffee shop, and John Gregoire started brainstorming a way to make Lynchstock into a more legitimate festival, something that we could continue to do. So we started talking about the possibility of moving the festival downtown, and we joined up with the guys at the Keep Colony, and in this building they would have artists of all different mediums, musicians, photographers, painters, wood builders, and our partnership formed really quickly with them.
There was just an essence about the Keep Colony that said, we're building something ourselves, and there's a need for a place where the arts can be celebrated, and where they can thrive, and where they can grow, and it can be a greenhouse for creative things. And the Keep Colony, man, it's sad to drive by every time, it really is, because the Keep Colony was just such a welcoming place where you could be who you are, and everybody, I don't know, everybody had a place, and it was big enough to fit everybody, and it was just an essence about it. I don't know if there's any words for it.
Our connection with Keep Colony was simple because of one thing: like-mindedness. Whenever you find a group of people who have the same vision and have the same purpose and have the same positivity and who want to see things change and who want to see divisions come down, you can accomplish anything. The planning stages were hard, but it started to grow. the word just started spreading. You know, those 200 people that came the first year were telling all of their friends about it, and when we announced that we were doing it a second year, it blew up, and the day of the event we had about 1,000 people involved.
Yeah.
2014 became something that I don't think anyone expected it to be. People really came together because we felt like we wanted a venue where lots of people could hear lots of music, and we had the power to do it ourselves. So Lynchstock 2014 was really important and really a special day for me, just because it was something that we made happen, and so many people came and were impacted by it, and there was such a unity among Lynchburg artists. It was awesome.
My favorite Lynchstock memory definitely has to be when our second year, when we organized all of the artists to sing The Wait by the band. We had probably 15 or 16 musicians and artists on the stage, and John was up there playing the cowbell and singing as loud as he could, and the energy in that room was palpable. After every singer took a verse, the entire crowd was just yelling and excited, and I've never seen energy like that in my life. And it's because it was not about one person, it was every single person in one room just experiencing this thing together. That moment represented to me that we can do this, that we don't have to be divided, that there really are things that unite us, and if we focus on those things, and if we work hard, and if we pay attention to the world, and if we pay attention to each other, then we can create something beautiful together.
We're hearing from Liberty University officials after a train accident killed one of its students. Jonathan Gregor was walking near a stretch of track over the James River yesterday afternoon. That's where a train struck and killed the 21-year-old.
When I meet my maker in the kingdom way up high.
John was the purest embodiment of Lynchstock's spirit. He saw a need. He decided to do something about it, and he decided to rally an entire city around him. And he knew he couldn't do it himself. He knew that if anything significant would happen, it would require dozens and dozens of people. And that relates directly to our vision, which is community. Uniting together, not being focused on what separates us, but on what unites us as people. And I think only someone like John was capable of doing that in the way that he did. I've never lost someone so close and at such a young age. That's just never happened to me. I know it's happened to a lot of people. But everywhere I go, I see him. I see his face. I see his passion, and I remember that. And it's really shaped my direction and my vision, knowing that without him, we need even more focus. And whenever I'm doubting something, or whenever we're in a tough point, I quickly remember how driven John was and how much he cared about this, and that's been a huge source of inspiration for the festival and for me continuing this thing.
Just another child of the Lord, I come to you, a broken man.
Can I have 2 volunteers come to the discovery stage?
Gotta figure this thing out.
I think this year's kind of pivotal. But I see Lynchstock continuing and growing to be really, really big, and to be the highlight of everybody's year in Lynchburg, honestly. The people in Lynchburg are really special and really, really abnormal in the way that they're so supportive and willing to help and work. And I think because the people in Lynchburg are this way, that Lynchstock can not just survive, but really explode and be something huge.
Success for Lynchstock is long-term events. We want to see this happen every year. We want to see growth. We want to see more local artists, more local musicians. Lynchstock has grown so fast for the amount of time we've had, and showing just how much this city wants this and needs this. They're desperate for something like this. That's why it's grown so quickly.
I used to hear, I haven't been downtown in 30 years, you know, and things are different, and this city is growing and changing, and there's lots of new people and new ideas, and there's lots of people who've been here a long time who feel re-engaged. So I think the power of these kinds of community events, and certainly Lynchstock and music festivals do this too, is they engage new people and young people, but they also re-engage people who've been here a really long time, who may begin to see their city in different ways.
Just disturb with you. I smiled politely, I kissed his shoe. Near others waiting, the misfit is near. The ground is awakening and Patterson's here. I am a vision of chosen to be. A late night attraction, a catch and release. A red-breasted bluebird, a sycamore tree. The dogs on the front seat, we're picking up speed.
Lynchburg's a tough sell for some people, you know. Sometimes when I am being honest, they're like, "You live in Lynchburg?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's an awesome place." And
yeah.
Like, but there's nothing going on in Lynchburg. And I'm like, well, that's one of the reasons it's awesome. But then we have enough stuff going on like this that, you know, are making it even more awesome. But something like this is important in Lynchburg because it's just people trying to do something positive and good. And, you know, I think that's important to any town, but certainly important to this one.
It's a great opportunity to expose our children to just being around people and like to being outside. We could be at home like doing nothing, or we can come out to events like this. So it's great that it's family friendly. It's great that like exposing to local artists and giving them an opportunity to share their craft with others. I think that's really important. Because I think as we provide these opportunities for artists, but also for people to experience that, it's going to build up more culture for the city.
Thank you very much. I think what's really important with Lynchburg and its future is that we need to be embracing who we are. I think one of the things that can sometimes happen with the culture of a place is that it's very often like, well, they do it like this over here, or they do it like that over there. We should just try to do that thing. I think that when we look at the heart of an event like Lynchstock is that it's an embrace of a lot of local artists and a lot of local musicians. And even when the outside artists come in that are participating with it as well, they become a part of that creative ecosystem for a moment. And I think it's really important for the future identity of Lynchburg that it is creating a local arts and music scene.
So my name's Reggie, and this is my second Lynchstock. I love these things. I love live music. I love anything local. I think that it's really important to show that it's okay to invest in art and in creativity, because those things kind of showcase the culture of our city. And Lynchburg is so full of culture, and I think that so many people miss that. So Lynchstock is kind of the premier venue to see that.
Love is a thunder off into the distance after.
The more we develop our cultural economy, the more people are going to want to stay. The more people are going to feel like they're a part of something. The more young entrepreneurs like myself will want to step up and open music venues and start small businesses. And our hope is that as Lynchstock grows, that's just the beginning. Lynchstock is the beginning of our vision. We want to see more venues open. We want to see more chances for creativity, more chances for music and art to happen. Lynchstock is just the catalyst for that growth. And as those things start to grow and happen, we'll see more and more people devoted and involved in the scene.
Well, the retention of young people is, I think, key to the growth of the city for a couple of reasons. Certainly, we know from a small business perspective that most of the jobs and sort of economic growth of communities comes from small businesses. And so young people are much more likely to be those risk takers, creatives, entrepreneurs. And I think our role as economic developers is to partner with the colleges and universities and really help them market to young people that Lynchburg is a great place to be. And it's not for young families. It is, that's great. A lot of people tell you that Lynchburg is a great place to raise a child or raise a family. It's also a pretty great place to be in your 20s, and for young people to see the city as sort of a blank canvas, a place that they can really make an impact and see the results of their efforts. That's been something that's really exciting for me living here, is that, doing what I do, I get to see an impact. We get to make our community better by coming together and doing some of these things.
I think if we're going to make this a place that college students, university students want to stay after they graduate, and make it a place that they want to engage in while they're here too. That's going to be exciting and relevant enough that they're going to get pulled off their campus and engage with the place that they live. We need more things like Lynchstock events where we have activity driven by youth that is relevant and exciting and speaks to another generation. If we have more events like that, if the city allows more events like that to occur, then we really kind of reverse a trend where students simply drop onto their campuses, stay within that bubble for 4 years, and then evacuate. Why I get really excited about something like Lynchstock is because, to me, it's the seed of something, it's the start of something.
I'm most excited to see the way Lynchstock becomes an integral part of Lynchburg. I'm most excited to see the way business leaders and artists and musicians finally start to work as one unit. And Our goal is to make Lynchstock take place in the heart of the city. And I think that's what I'm going to spend the next few years working towards. Lynchstock means more to me than I think anything I've ever worked on. I love this city. I love the people in this town. This town shaped me into the man I am. And Lynchstock combines the things that I most deeply believe in. Positivity, art, music, the sense of sharing and building. It's something I think is worth fighting for. Lynchstock is not driven by money. We would do it if we didn't make $1. It's not driven by ego, because every artist is equal. Every artist works and shares. It truly is about forming meaningful relationships with other people through art and music. And that's what I want to do with my life, and that's what I believe this city naturally cultivates.